So we're going to do just a real quick little ad hoc run through of Microsoft Teams here and see how it might be used. Just run through some of the features of it. So I'm logged into my Office 365 portal here. And if you go to your apps, you're going to drop down and somewhere in your apps here you'll find Teams. And so if you select Teams, it's going to bring up this application. Now, what it's bringing up here is the website application. And just like OneNote, you can have OneNote online or you can have OneNote as a Win 10 application. And in this case, we're just doing the Microsoft Teams and we're doing the online version of it. So it loads up teams here, and there'll be different teams. I've already created a couple of teams, but we're going to go ahead and start from scratch. We'll just go ahead and create a team here. You'll notice, first of all, that you do have the option to download the desktop app for Win 10. We'll just go ahead and add a team, and when we add a team here, we'll go ahead and create the team. We'll just give it a team name. I'll just call it testing for teams. Try that. How creative is that? All right, and you can put a description in here so it would show something. So we'll add that in there, and you got your privacy down here to say whether or not it's just the team members or anybody who's in your organization can join this. This one just simply says we can, the owner has to invite people. And then we'll just go down to next. If you already have Office 365 groups set up, you can add teams to it, but we're just going to go to next, and it will create the team for us. And then you're given the option to add members for the team. So with this, it used to be that the only way you could add a team member is if it was a team within your organization. So I have an organization, normsash.com or entretools.com. I could add anybody who's actually has that email address, and I've put them into my Office 365 account. Well, they've now changed that. So anybody who, even outside of your organization, that has an Office 365 account, or somebody that has a Microsoft Services account, an MSA, like a Norm at Outlook.com would work, and anybody can sign up for a free one of those. So effectively, it allows you to add anybody in. They just simply need to create a user ID and a password. So I'm going to go ahead and add myself in here. Another email that I've got, Norm at Entretools. I'll say add that, and they become a member, and then we'll say close. All right, so now what you have is you have your team file set up, your conversations here, you're by default given a general conversation. And what I mean by conversation is that Teams is centered around the concept of channels. So for every channel that you create is kind of like topics. So for instance, I can have general here, and if I wanted to add a new channel, I can come up here, drop this down, I can say add channel, and to keep tech questions. So this is a channel that I'm going to add, and again, you can add a description. So we'll add that and description, and what it does then is you'll see is it adds a new channel down here, and the conversations that exist in this channel are going to be different than the conversations that exist in this channel. Likewise, you have a couple of other tabs up here. So for instance, you've got under both of these, tech questions and general, you'll have files. So I can go ahead and upload a file here. Let me see if I can find a simple file to upload. So if I go upload, and let me see if I can find a file. So I'm just going to do a real quick one here. I'll just go and get this document here and upload it as a test. And once it's finished uploading, you'll see that it's listed right here. And if I click on it, it's actually going to launch that file, and I can edit it. I can start a conversation about this file, and then I can also see what's in the file. And if I edit, it's going to edit live for this. And if I close this down, uh, obviously it'll go back to the listing. And you'll notice then that under tech questions, this file does not exist, simply because that file was loaded up into the general channel. Okay, so then let's just walk through another quick thing that we can do. I'm going to go ahead and create one more channel here. I'm doing this just projects. Let's go to, now let's just do planner tasks. And you'll see why I want this in a little bit. We'll go to planner tasks. So it creates a planner task thing. Channel here. If I go to that channel, then what I can do is hit the plus sign here. When I click that plus sign, I get the option to add all these other various apps. So I'm going to go ahead, and for this I'm going to click Planner. And what this is going to do is create me a new tab, and I'm going to call it Planner and save it. All right, did you notice here now I have a new tab up here called Planner? And if I click that tab, it then brings me up Microsoft Planner, and I can add tasks, test this out, and I can assign that task. I'll assign it to this person here and save that. And so that then becomes a task for me to do. And again, we can do conversations and everything about it. So that's one way, and you've got a whole bunch of other things that you can add in. You can add a document tab, a OneNote tab, which is great. So you can have OneNote associated with a particular channel and put stuff in there. And you got all kinds of different add-ons to go there. So very powerful. And again, if you have the desktop version, you just download it, you get the same view, you just don't do it in a browser. And that's your quick overview.